We are now going to discuss the integration of SAP and the business workflow behind it. We will use the transaction codes, and we'll use this Visio diagram right here. We'll start off by discussing all that is involved. From a maintenance perspective, we will start off with a technical structure, which comes usually from the data load. From there, we will add on to the technical structure via adding equipment, function locations, and bill of materials. From there, from the technical structure, you'll have preventive maintenance behind the equipment and function locations. That also comes from the data load. And also, when you create a new equipment or function location, the users have the option of creating a preventive maintenance plan, which they usually do for all equipment. From the technical structure, you would create notifications when you're doing corrective maintenance, and then notifications will become work orders. For preventive maintenance, you directly create work orders, and once you have a list of work orders, the planners or supervisor assign them to the mechanics responsible for completing that task, and once that task is done, they will submit their hours, time entry, and this will be reflected to the work center, which is the individual that performed this work. Now, if a work order requires parts, they'll first go into inventory to see if it's in stock. If it's in inventory, they don't do a goods issue, and it goes back to the work order. If it's not in inventory and it's an inventory held part, then MRP will kick in. We'll create a purchase rec, which will go to SOCO and SRM. Then from there, the users create a purchase order, which goes to the vendor, goes back to receiving, and then receiving receives it right to inventory. And once it's back in inventory, once again, you do a goods issue, and it goes back to the work order. The third option is that the users directly request parts from the work order. They're not kept in inventory. So it goes from the work order directly to the purchase rec, from the purchase rec to SRM, SOCO, purchase order, vendor, goods receipt, directly to the work order. The last option is that it is an overhead expense, which is a HEB, or an item that's not expense against the work order. From here goes overhead. You could either create a purchase rec manually, or you could go directly to easy buy. And then from there you create a purchase order, vendor, goods receipt, back into overhead. Now, when dealing with inventory, you'll do a cycle count, which is basically a physical inventory. You'll do a count, basically, you could do every week, every month, every few months, to see if what you have on record as your inventory is actually there. So if you claim you have 10 bearings of some sort or 10 different belts, do you really have those 10 belts, or do you have 9 belts, or do you have 11? So then you do a cycle count for a certain period of time and update your inventory based off that. So this explains the Visio business process flow. Now we go back to SAP. So here we got technical structure, which is part of the maintenance, PM plans, inventory, cycle count, purchasing. So if we start here, technical structure, maintenance, and PM plans are all within this first section here, which is maintenance. Technical structure, preventive maintenance, and maintenance processing. Then inventory and cycle count are in this section here. Inventory, cycle count, and processing inventory. Last one is purchasing, which is right here. This integrates with SRM. And then reports will encompass parts from all three sections into reports that are needed in order to make decisions.